Good morning, people. It's June 7th, and I'm working on window number 9. And you enjoy my techniques videos, so I thought I would do one more since this is the last window, and I won't have a chance to show you this particular technique. Um, to show you this, I want to show you the very first stained glass window that I ever made, which used to hang at my mother's house, and which I have here mostly in storage. And this is it right there. I even used the lead came rather than the copper foil on that one. So this little tiny piece is very heavy. But you notice that, like most sun catchers, coming from people who don't have a whole lot of experience, I had none. There is no texturing or painting around any of the glass. It's just the colored glass, and yeah, it looks nice, but there is a way to make that look so much nicer. And I call that mottling. And now I'm going to try and do this in a way that this is stuff I've already done from window number 9. I'm going to try and do this in a way that my hand doesn't get in the way. It's really hard because I just can't do close-ups for you. But anyway, okay, this is a really strong color glass. Uh, that's a palette, and I have poured some of my stained glass paint on there that's black, but you can't see it. And it's best if it's almost starting to dry on you. Now, the reason that stained glass artists do what I'm about to do is because they noticed on their windows early on that when a window had been out in the weather, the outside edge of it, for 100 years or so and had gotten all dirtied up, that they started to look much more interesting than they did uh, when they put them first up there. And stained glass artists have been, ever since, imitating that effect. I hope the camera can pick this up at least a little bit. Exposures are a real problem on that. But I am taking the black paint, going around the edge, sometimes even across the middle, which I think I might do on this piece, um, to imitate the effect of the dirt. Uh, it's really important that it be very individually grainy, like little tiny spots, which is why I'm using this just plain ordinary sponge uh, from an old couch. Just some of the upholstery, and it's a big supply of it because I can just keep ripping it out of there. Um, and what was just an ordinary piece of glass suddenly acquires real importance. It's like it's learned to public speak properly or something. Now, this is a big piece, and I think that I could probably do on this one. I bet you I could do just a little touch. Ooh, that's so heavy. Take that off. Uh, I hate that across the middle. I hate this completely. We're going to turn this video off. Oh, let's see. No, we're not. Maybe there. I can fix that. See, sometimes the randomness of the effects really works. I don't think that does, though. Keep working on it. Paint is getting pretty darn close to dry. Uh, if I screw up completely, all I have to do is put it in the sink, let it soak for a while, because it's not been fired yet. And there, now we're... Maybe it's working. If I... No. Bad demonstration. Well, actually, I have saved that piece. I did put it in the sink and wash it for a bit. Only the middle part came off. The edges were already strong enough that they didn't. So that's what I finally came up with. There you go. Yeah, that's what I finally came up with on that piece. It's one piece, but it has texturing that makes it look a little bit more interesting, like two. And this is a window that has a lot of small pieces, so that'll really work on there. So there it is in place, doing its little bit of a job there. Um, Okay, let's do a lighter one. So when I have to wipe it off because all that guck from the grinder stays there. Now this piece of glass actually started off as a yellow piece of glass. I'll just show you that color. This piece of glass is the same color as that, but I've taken two doses of paint, one of some pepper red and then a very light pink, and mottled them across there to get the orange that I want, because orange in stained glass is a really hard color to find, and when you do, it's usually so strong that it just pulls your eyes out. So I needed to build my own, and so each piece of orange in this window I have created, and also each piece of purple, because purple runs the same way. Purple is a color that is really hard to find a nice one in stained glass, and the reason is because if there is a nice purple, somebody else in the stained glass store will have lapped it up and you can't find it. So reasonably small piece, so I don't want to do too much on this. The paint is getting to be almost dry. You can see it lifting the stained glass right off the table there. But yeah, that's a nice little bit of texturing. Make that work there. Okay, and that one goes there. A little word about how do I keep the pieces in order. No, I don't number them. If I'm taking them off of there, I take them off and put them back onto something else in as much of the order, of the cartoon as possible. Even when I fire them in the oven, I do that, so that because otherwise it's just hopeless. I don't know how other people do it, but that's the way that works for me. So one more. See, this is a piece of purple that actually is really a very light blue glass that I have painted as well. Do I have some of that blue? Yes, I do. There. This started off as that color right there, and I have done some painting on it to change its color, because as I say, purples don't come easily. Okay. So I'm using the edge of the sponge because that's where it, I hate that. Eee. Get rid of that. Try a different edge. Nothing's happening. Black paint is almost dry. I will. There. Ooh, that's nice. Sorry, I know when I put my hand like that, it blocks the camera. But I gotta hold the piece down. And mostly around the edges. Sometimes I'll only texture the middle of a piece. It depends what it tells me to do. You have to listen to the glass, look at it, and it will say in context what it ought to have. Oh, I like this now. Oh yeah, that's working. So I take the square piece of glass, and with the way that I texture it, I give it a little bit more of a look that's a bit rounder there. And I have to see where that one goes. That one is right there. So, don't tell anybody about all this. This is my secret and stained glass artist's secret. Okay, have a good day. Bye.